How England lined up last time they played Andorra away in 2008, including Emile Heskey and Stewart Downing. England last visited Andorra in 2008 with a squad lacking the level of talent currently available to Gareth Southgate. Fabio Capello was then in charge and oversaw a 2-0 win in the World Cup qualifier with 2 second-half goals. Joe Cole came on at half-time to score twice and hand England the win. He replaced Middlesbrough's Stewart Downing. Emile Heskey was also brought on at the same time for Jermaine Defoe, which says it all about the standard of player leading England's forward line at the time. The Three Lions operated with a 4-4-2 formation in those days and were captained by John Terry. Here is who played for England on that day in 2008. James was battling for the number 1 spot in 2008 along with Paul Robinson and Robert Green. And though Green was given the starting nod at the World Cup in 2010, he quickly lost his place to James after a calamitous mistake in the opening game against USA. Free bets, get over £2,000 in new customer deals. The former Liverpool player was just beginning to cement himself as England's first-choice right-back when Andorra rolled around, and he would go on to be a mainstay for England for a number of years. Retiring in 2019, he now operates as a pundit while running his charity and an investment firm with interests in real estate, art, fine wine and sporting memorabilia. The centre-back faced stiff competition for a place in the England team and injury kept him out of the 2010 World Cup. He won 26 caps for England, with many of those coming under Roy Hodgson rather than Capello, including several appearances at Euro 2012. Terry was the leader of the England team at the time and would be until he retired from international duty in 2012. He is now assistant manager at Aston Villa, but is repeatedly linked to managerial jobs in the Championship, including Bournemouth and most recently Nottingham Forest. Ashley Cole was arguably the first name on the team sheet for England in 2008 along with his Chelsea teammate Terry. Cole now works as a coach with the under-21s after featuring as a pundit during England matches at Euro 2020. Walcott was still new to the international setup when England visited Andorra, but he would make a big impression just 4 days later by scoring a hat-trick against Croatia in a 4-1 win in Zagreb. The 32-year-old is still playing in the Premier League for Southampton and has made 3 league appearances this season. Lampard endured a bit of a barren spell in front of goal for England in 2008, failing to score in 6 appearances, including this one. He most recently managed Chelsea but is looking for a new job after his sacking in January of this year. The former Everton and Manchester City star became something of a favourite of Capello's and featured regularly in midfield, solving the issue of whether to pair Lampard with Steven Gerrard. Barry retired from football only last year but has not found a different role in the game yet, instead honing his skills as a cricketer. The winger is a bit of a forgotten man when it comes to international recognition, but he did make 35 appearances for England. He recently retired following a 2-year spell at Blackburn which finished at the end of last season. One of only 2 players from the squad that day who are still playing, along with Theo Walcott. He was substituted for Emile Heskey, which says a lot about his performance that day, but he did score for the Three Lions at the subsequent tournament, the winner against Slovenia in a World Cup group stage match. Arguably England's most important player at the time, he impressed in qualifying for the 2010 World Cup but scored just 1 goal that entire year and fumed at fans for booing the team after the goalless draw with Algeria. He now manages Derby County and has faced a number of off-field problems during his time with the Rams, including administration. Made the difference against Andorra with 2 goals but would go on to win just 4 more caps, all of which were substitute appearances. Cole recently worked as a coach at Chelsea while Lampard was at the helm but quit to travel the world and build up his coaching portfolio. He now works as a pundit for BT Sport. Heskey often started alongside Rooney under Capello, an unpopular decision amongst fans. The former striker took part in Soccer Aid 2021 and works as an ambassador for Leicester Women. Bex was coming to the end of his international career at the time and subsequently went to the 2010 World Cup in a non-playing capacity. His main venture currently is owning and running Inter Miami, who are struggling in